Okay, so the fourth excuse that I hear very frequently is I want to write a book, but I don't have the resources. And so, kind of like I said in the introduction, I definitely encourage you to watch the I don't have money one and I don't have the knowledge one, because I feel like those two things kind of just work hand in hand. But I keep this as its own one because some people really feel like it's its own one, right? They'll be like, well, I got the money. I just, I don't know who I can go to do all of these things. So you'll find some tips and tricks in those other resources like I was telling you about, specifically in the I want to do it, but I don't have the money. So that definitely has a lot of great resources. Biggest thing I tell anyone that I work with is you have not because you ask not. And that's just as plainly as I can put it. There are people in your life that'll give unto you just because it's you. And you're not tapping into it because your pride maybe have you too afraid to ask. But shoot, throw your Cash App on social media and just say, hey, if you believe in me and my dreams, give me $1 or $2. Use some of those crowdfunding sources to sell someone on your idea for a book and be amazed at how many people will be willing to support you. Another thing is there's a lot of different tools and resources that you can use. So when I was first doing Charge It to the Game, I did not have the patience to sit there and edit a million times, because it seems like every time I edited, I would find more and more and more mistakes, and I was losing my mind in the process. So I went up to the writing area of my school and I was like, hey girl, so I know that this really isn't schoolwork related, but would you be willing to look at a chapter or two, or maybe the full book if you have it in your heart? And literally, I was blown away. This girl literally said, yes, in exchange for a letter of recommendation, I will do this for you. And literally, I got my very first book edited. Didn't cost me a dime just because I asked. So do not lose faith in the power of just asking. There are plenty of places that'll offer discounts. So if you need a laptop, for example, you feel like that's a resource that you're missing, don't be afraid to go to the pawn shop. They have, decent ones there for decent prices. Don't be afraid to throw it up there on social media. Hey, anyone selling any old laptops? Don't be afraid to do these things. Or matter of fact, there are grants out there specifically for people who want to write and don't have money. Like there was one that they were doing like a month ago, and it was a $3,000 if you can just present them what your hardship is and what's stopping you from writing your book. There are resources out there, but because you're not asking, you're not receiving. One of the biggest things that I had heard someone say, that they wanted to be on TED Talk, right? And they had no idea on how to get it done. And so they put it in their signature line. They said, if you know someone that can help me get on TED Talk, let me know. That was their signature. That's how desperate they were for what they were looking for. And do you know that person got on a TED Talk? Because someone they knew was able to help them simply because they put it out there that they were looking for that information. So you have not because you ask not. Put your pride to the side and let people know how they can help you, because there are people out there that will, if you just let them know you need the help.